Family is everything to Flex. He really never forgot where he came from, be it the little town he grew up in. He has amazing parents who work really hard, and I think that's instilled in him at a young age to work hard, to hustle, to get the job done. So family really is his everything. It's how he was um, brought up. It's molded him. So without that, he wouldn't be who he is today. I think that he really, even though, so the sport that he's in is selfish. That's not a negative word. It's just you compete with yourself, you do everything, it's about you, it's about the way you look. So it is regarded as a very selfish industry. But really, at the end of the day, he genuinely cares about the people in his camp and people around him. Um, I know from my experience with him, there's so many little things that he does for me, and it's not the big things. It's not getting me the jewelry or this. It's the little things. Like he always pays attention to the small details, albeit, you know, getting a card because he wants to say, hey, I'm thinking of you. You know, something simple. But he does that with a lot of people. And I think that those are the things that not everyone sees because he doesn't have that relationship with the world, which he really shouldn't. It's private. So it's meant to be kept, but he really does care about the small things, and it's all about the small things with him.
Typically him when we were kids, like he'd always look after me, but he was harsh on me. He wanted me to like work for everything I got and learn from, like, if you made a mistake, just get on with it. But like no one could like mess with me, if you know what I mean. There was another one where we were like playing, what do we do now? We were playing like football in the street, and then something happened where it was like my ball, I was the youngest there, and these kids just took the ball, ran off with it. So I'm like really young now, so I've like come in and I'm like almost crying, and I say, oh, they've just stolen my ball. So he's like sitting down, he just shoots off the chair, runs down the street, finds out where they live, and like these kids are just like running miles because obviously they know who he is, and they can see him running down the street. He comes back about 5-10 minutes later, the ball is tucked under his arm, just gives it to me, pats me on the head, and then just like walks off. Doesn't like want any like gratitude for it, he just thought, right, I need to do this for him, and I'm getting him the ball back. It was amazing.
I think after the baby was born, it took us a while for it to hit home that we both were parents. But yes, in terms of having Adiana born, I think it gives him a new purpose to wake up every day. It makes him more hungry for success in his life outside of the sport. To know that he now has to provide and be a good example for us and our family, I think that really just adds a new dimension for him.
And of course, you know, the upbringing I had with my family, my father going to work every day, you know, missing work, you know, even when he was sick, because he knew that he was the only income. My mother, you know, going through all the issues and health issues she's had, beating breast cancer 3 times. These are all driving forces. So when people tell me what do I think of this bodybuilder and who, or shows me an image of somebody or throws an image in my head to motivate me, doesn't do anything for me. No disrespect to any of my 212 athletes. I have the utmost respect for you guys. But no matter what you look like, no matter how hard you're training, or again, where you are in your prep, it doesn't motivate me. What motivates me is knowing what's there and what's happened in my past, because I could talk myself into going into part 2 right now, and that is by far bigger than anything. Again, the vote in my head, that shit's locked up for a reason, because once the combination gets put in and that's unleashed, shit starts flying.